opinions and views expressed in the following program are those of the speakers and the host, and do not necessarily reflect those of Yoakley Scott Corporation and your sports network. And hello, everybody. Welcome to a Thursday episode of Running Point on YSNLive.com, brought to you by our good friends, top right-hand corner of the screen. You know where to look to find them, Greenwood Chevrolet in Austin Town. They go the extra mile for you, so we do the same here on this show every single day. One of the ways we do that, of course, is our player profiles that we like to feature on this show. We're going to continue to do that today. We're going to go inside Boardman Boys Soccer and hear from one of their seniors, one of their mini seniors, by the way. They have a big senior class on that team. Costa Severco. Ooh, Costa Severco gonna be featured on today's episode of Running Point. Let me just take you through my morning, right? So, or I should say the last 20 minutes. So I'm doing it. I'm going through. I got a profile up, by the way. New profile up on ysnlive.com. Football into Perry. First profile of the Perry Pirates we've been able to do. Reigning state champions. So make sure to go check that out. But so I post that. I'm getting ready for this show. I make the link that you're going to use to go live, and right before I go live, I realized that I put the wrong date in. Now, StreamYard, which I love, StreamYard is the program that we use, doing all of our shows, doing all of our interviews. Love it, right? But the one thing that I wish it had was your ability to edit the title of the link that you're going to use or the show in one fell swoop, right? Because I put the wrong date. It had Running Point 9/25/24, which was yesterday. And I was like, shoot. But then you have to go through and you have to edit it in every single channel that you're streaming to. Instead of saying, hey, this is going to be the new title, and just put it, copy and paste, put in all of them. Which would be really cool if StreamYard had that feature. It doesn't. So I'm sitting there and it's like 12:58, right? And I'm like, I have to 26. So that was a wild rush. Got live maybe a minute late, but we're here. But that was just, hey, that'll wake you up real quick if you weren't awake already. I was, because I've been up early. We had to interview Walter Moses from Perry at 8 o'clock in the morning, because that's when his study hall was. So we've been up, but got a great show for you regardless. That was a weird start to it, my day, of course. But we're gonna pressure through. We're gonna get through, and we're gonna go on the scoreboard, because we had a lot of action happen last night on the scoreboard. YSNLive.com. The scoreboard here on YSN is a great tool for the fans, whether you were at one of the games or watching one of our broadcasts. Either way, you don't want to look away from the action for too long. And the YSN scoreboard is a great and easy way to get live updated scores from your favorite teams across the YSN family, whether it be your best friend, your heated rival, whoever it is. You want to see what they're doing. You want to see how they're doing. And the YSN scoreboard is the easiest way to do that. You can find it at ysnlive.com/scores. Sorry, I'm so used to saying /live/scores. And it is presented very proudly by our good friends over at Burnett Pools, Spas, and hot tubs. I want to give a shout out to the great team that we have behind the scenes that fills out the scoreboard every night. Mike Swinehart's been doing a really good job making sure these are updated. So I want to give him a shout out. Scotty Mentor during Friday nights as well gives us some help. So great team behind the scenes that make sure the scoreboard is updated, and we definitely appreciate them for all they do. So here are your scores from last night. Ashtabula St. John, they are still unbeaten. They get the straight set sweep over Conneaut 3-0, the final score there. Champion able to sweep Badger 3-0, and the Flashes had a pretty good night. Not only was it senior night, but it was also 1,000 kills night for Kennedy Caldwell as she gets that milestone under her belt. What a great senior night that must be for her. So congratulations to Kennedy and the Flashes. That is the 12th win of the season, so they are having a very impressive year in Champion. McDonald all over Sebring, 3-0 the final score. They're still undefeated. Another team that's still undefeated is Crestview. They go into Austintown Fitch. They sweep the Falcons, and y'all wasn't close. Well, the third set was. First set, man, the Rebels just came in and said, we're here, we're better. Take this. 25-13. No, 25-15, 25-13 were the scores of the first two sets. Fitch kind of got used to what they had to expect and played better in the third set and pushed Crestview, but the Rebels were able to make points down the stretch. I believe they scored 4 of the last 5 points, if I'm not mistaken, in winning 25-22. What a great match to just highlight how good Crestview is. Sometimes it's underappreciated because let's be real, in the MVAC, most of the teams they're going to play aren't on their level, and they kind of go ho-hum under the radar when it comes to what they look like or how good they look because they don't got anything, on the other side of the other side of the net that's giving them a push. But when they go into Fitch, who is a state-ranked team in a much higher division, very good team that we know is, very good. We've seen them play a lot this year, of course. And they do what they did. Like, that's kind of like, hey, don't forget, we're really, really good. This Crestview team poised for another big run. We're going to see what they can do in the tournament. The draw is going to be a week from Sunday. So the records will be, I think, in and reported by Wednesday. And then we'll know kind of where everyone's going to be going. Not this Sunday, but a week from Sunday. So we got one more week of games before we kind of lock down the tournament. And then 2 more weeks of games from regular season, right? So we're the light is at the end of the tunnel for this season, and we get another glimpse of just how good Crestview is. A reminder of just, hey, this is an elite team. They just went on the road, big school, talented players on the other side. Probably the best setter in YSN family on the other side. One of the best hitters in Kylie Folkwine. And they just say, hey, here it is. Here's who we are. 25-13, 25-15, 25-22. Abby M, 24 kills on the night. Fitch had no answer for her. She was going from the back row, from the outside. They had, they ran slides to her for the right. She had some attacks through the middle. No matter where she was on the floor, the Fitch just did not have too many answers. They had a couple of times where they got under her ball, a little bit. A couple of stretches where they were able to get some hands on the block, but not consistently enough, not nearly consistently enough. This is Abby M proving of why she's going to the number 1 team in the state, in the country. Right, graduating from Crestview, going to Pitt. She'll be at Pitt in the spring to start their workout in their spring season. There's a reason for that. There's a reason she's going to that team. She's dang good, and she proved it time and time again. So Crestview, big test for them. They pass with flying colors. They get the sweep on the road. Warren JFK, they get the sweep over Youngstown East. 3-0 South Range also with the sweep over Mooney 3-0. A good one in Camel. These were competitive sets, but the Red Devils get the sweep over Jackson Milton. Mylena Williams gets her 500th career kill. Pretty impressive when you know that she didn't spend her whole career playing volleyball. So that's an impressive feat to get 500 there. She does it. And Middle Ridge, they go on the road. They sweep Lowville 3-0. Ursuline gets swept by Kenston 3-0. Wellsville on the road. Union Local gets the sweep over the Tigers. And then last but not least, the closest match of the night was in East Palestine, where Lisbon outlasts the Bulldogs. Every set was at least 25-20. And let's go through the set scores because they were pretty cool. Hold on, I'm getting them up. 25-20 Lisbon won. Then they lost set 2, 25-23. Lost set 3, 25-20. So East Palestine had a 2-1 lead. Came back one set 4, 25-20. And then set 5 was a nail biter that they were able to get 15-13. So a big win for Lisbon on the road. A marathon of a match. Every set was a nail biting down the stretch. Lisbon makes the plays, enough plays to come back from a 2-1 deficit, win 2 sets in a row, win the match in 5. A big day from Cheyenne Nez. She had 16 kills. But they also had kills from other places. You know, they had eight from Lannon. They had Stephanie Stacy was able to get plenty of kills. You have Maddie Marshallek with 6 kills, and then Abby Amon with 4 kills and 5 aces, 16 digs. So, yeah, you got offense from everywhere, but the Cheyenne Nez with a huge day with 16. That's a big win for Lisbon. We go to boys soccer. Excuse me. Grand Valley gets to win 3-0 on the road at Bristol. Southeast is able to shut out Brookfield on the road 4-0. Middle Ridge falls to champion 5-0. Crestview, they are able to protect their home field with a big win over LeBray. That's a shutout for the Rebels. Garfield and Jackson Milton all over the G-Men. 9-0 in that game. Newton Falls gets the tie with Waterloo. No one scores in this game, so it's a 0-0 draw. And then Beaver Local able to shut out St. Clairsville 6-0. How about that? All of the games were either shutouts or a draw and no score. So there was not a boys soccer game in the network last night in the family of YSN that had both teams score a goal. Girls soccer, that trend changes. Although the first one on the scoreboard is an 8-0 win for Louisville, a 1-0 win for Struthers. Columbiana wins 3-0, so the trend actually continues for a while. But then the trend finally ends. Both teams get a score in Salem as Marlington comes in, gets the win 2-1 over the Quakers. Canfield 2-0 over Boardman. Howland gets the win 4-1 over Fitch. Hubbard with a 3-3 tie against Poland. Beaver Local, they go on the road and lose to St. Clairsville 4-2. Beaver Girls Soccer, they get the win 8-1 over Central Valley. West Branch with the 11-1 win over Carrollton. Cardinal Mooney gets the 7-1 victory over Newton Falls. Brookfield 5-3. They fall to Maplewood. Bristol comes into Badger. Badger gets the win 3-1. Last but not least, Lakeview wins 5-1 over Girard. So that is your scoreboard from last night. Not as heavy as most days, but we still had all 3 sports in action for sure. The biggest results being Crestview and Fitch. That was just supposed to be a highly billed matchup. Crestview had other plans. They took it to the Falcons in 3. You can find a recap for that and post-game interviews with Lainey Hour, Abby Emsch, and Alicia Hour all on the website, ysnlive.com. Make sure to check that out. Ty Bartell as always, doing a fine job with his recaps and his call. Angelina Capabianca on the call as well for that game. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we have a player profile to feature. Like I said, we go inside Boardman boys soccer with Costa Severco, one of their seniors. That's coming up next on Running Point, brought to you by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
From on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means we want to take care of the community that takes care of us too.
And we have to work together always. And that's how you stay in business for 40 years.
You know, I love being a helper because when I help somebody, it makes me feel good.
It means a lot that I can make a difference in others' lives.
So I will do everything I can and just being there for them every step of the way.
I want them to know within the first 5 minutes that they could depend on me. That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Now you can see every school, to the smallest school, to the intermediate schools, to the schools in the outlying areas. It gives you coverage that you could just never get to before. It's something that's great to experience, and it's opened up a whole new wave of sports viewership. The possibilities are endless here at YSN. Push the envelope every day. Try something new. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, let's try another angle, and we just keep moving forward. My name is Mike Ackelson, and my sports network is your sports network.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs, explore scenic landscapes, take time to relax and be well, connect with nature and each other. Come see what's new at Mill Creek Metro Parks. Plan your trip now at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
And it's just a great feeling to put them in a vehicle and get them all excited about a new vehicle.
At the end of the day, our goal is to be someone our customers can count on.
And every day I'll go the extra mile for the community so they can trust us.
To do anything that would convenience the customer or make them feel more at home.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them and that we're not going to go away.
That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back to Running Point on ysnlive.com, brought to you by our good friends over at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. They go the extra mile for you. We try to do the same here on this show every day, and we're going to continue to do that today with a player profile featured on the show like we do. It's going to be Boardman Boys Soccer, Costa Severco, one of their seniors, one of their mini seniors, going to be featured on today's show. Here it is. What a great interview and a great athlete at Boardman. Another great athlete at Boardman. They all have really good grades. I've been talking to a lot of them. He's one of them. Their GPAs are high, man. Boardman Athletics, like, let's go. Keep it up in the books. Those grades will get you a lot further than your skills on the field of the court. I promise you that. All right, Anthony Hartwig here. We are with Boardman Soccer yet again, the boys' side today, and it is going to be senior Costa Severco joining us first. And Costa, thank you so much for coming on and taking the time.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Let's talk about it. Senior season, it's your last go around. What's it been like dealing with all the emotions and the mentality of being a senior?
I mean, it's been a lot different than I've expected. I mean, we started off a lot rougher than I expected, but we're really starting to pick it up a lot as well. I mean, last night we got our first win against St. Vincent St. Mary's, and as a team, we're starting to build a lot more. And as we learn more about each other, we're starting to play a lot better together and build up as a team, really.
This is a big senior class that you guys have. How much has that helped you guys kind of get through some adversity and stay together as a unit, knowing that you have a lot of people that you've played with for a long time?
It's really nice because, I mean, we do, as you said, we have a really big senior class. So a lot of these kids I've been playing with for at least over 4 years. I mean, not just here in high school, but a lot of these kids I played way before high school with. And it's just nice having them right there with me out on the field and just playing with them. That chemistry, that build of chemistry really does help us put our team together more.
You know, not all senior classes are as big as you. A lot of seniors come into senior year and there's a lot of responsibilities put on their shoulders and there's a lot of pressure to be a leader. But you guys, with such a big senior class, what kind of a weight is it off knowing that you have all these leaders around you and you don't have to be putting all the pressure on yourself to lead the team?
Well, it is really nice knowing that. I mean, like, I'm not the only one out there. I mean, there's a lot of us, and we all have each other's backs. I mean, when we're out on that field, anything that happens, we're always together, and we play as a team. We work as a team. We lose as a team. We win as a team. Everything we do as a team, which is nice, especially that we have such a big team, because there's a lot of us out there, and we all hold each other up and lift each other up.
Now, with a big senior class, it means you're going to graduate a lot next year, and the program is going to have a lot of holes to fill. So what are you guys doing to try to kind of put confidence into the younger kids in the team and make sure that this program is set up to succeed after you graduate?
So I think we've implemented a few things that are going to help them for the kids coming up next year, because I mean, we have a young team as much as we do, of course we have a lot of seniors, but I mean, we have 3 freshmen on our varsity team. We have 2 captains that are juniors. Next year they'll be seniors, and they'll be able to carry that over next year. And they'll still be able to lead, even though a lot of us are going to be gone. And I think that's going to be nice because there's 2 guys with already the experience of being a captain, being able to lead that team. And then these 3 freshmen that we have playing varsity are going to continue playing varsity next year. They'll have more playing time, and the fact that we have so many young players, I mean, we have a big team, so having those young players also helps really pull our team together, and just they'll be good next year, even though we're not going to be there with them. They'll be able to hold their own.
So let's talk about your soccer journey. When did it start? When did you get involved in the sport? When are some of your earliest memories of soccer?
Some of my earliest memories are probably way back when in BSA. That's like our youth program. I've been playing for as long as I can remember. My mom always loved soccer. She got me into it, me and my brothers. And I mean, I've always loved it. Some of these guys I've been playing with since as long as I can remember. Sullivan Smith, we played BSA together since probably like 10 years old. But it's been nice because I've learned to fall in love with the game. And I had a gap year, my 8th grade year, I just stopped playing. And that's kind of really when I realized I need to play the sport. Like, I loved it too much. And then I came back freshman year and played, and I loved it. And ever since then, I've loved the sport.
When you took that year off, what did you miss the most of it? What was calling you back to the sport so much?
Well, I took the year off because I thought I was going to play football in high school. And so I played 8th grade football. And I just realized it wasn't the same. Like, it's not, I didn't love it as much. I mean, it's nowhere near the same. I mean, yeah, there's a competition. There's you're playing against other athletes, but it's just not soccer. It's not soccer at all, especially some of the guys that I would play with. they weren't there anymore. And it's not the same community at all either. And I missed it too much. And when I came back, I knew that's what I needed to be doing.
So let's talk about not the transition, but the growth over the years. You come back as a freshman, you start in your high school career. Now you're a senior. What are the biggest growth points do you think between you as a freshman and now?
I think as the years went on, I progressed different things. Like my freshman year, very very slow. I was playing JV. I never even saw the varsity field, and I mean I wasn't doing much, and so I went to go play TCSE with Mo at after my freshman year. I talked to my mom. I was like, yeah, I need to go back to club soccer. I need to do that in the off season. And I went to go do that. I worked on my touch. I worked on my dribbling, everything, my speed. I did as much as I could. After sophomore year, there's a few more things I needed to fix, work on. I mean, I had great leaders my sophomore year telling me what I needed to fix. And then I worked on that in the off season, my touch, my dribbling, all this stuff, speed. Those are always been big things for me because I'm in the midfield. So dribbling, touch, speed, most important parts of my game, distributing. And I think playing with TCSC, playing for Mo, that helped a lot with all of those things. And it really built me as a player.
You've put a lot of work into this sport to get to where you are now. So what's your drive? What kind of puts you into that work mode, and what keeps you going? I mean, there are definitely probably days where you probably didn't want to go out there and work on your dribbling or work on your touch. You just didn't feel like the grind was there. So what keeps you driven?
Yeah, obviously there's days that you don't want to go out there. There's days you don't want to go to practice. You feel sluggish, like we're real lethargic. You're on a Sunday, you don't want to do anything. You're gonna sit at home. But realistically, I love the sport too much. I've fallen in love with it. It's by far my favorite thing to do. Like free time, soccer. That's all I want to do. Like Sunday, I'm not doing anything. No homework. Homework's done. I'm heading to the field. Like that's something that like I want to be working on just because I love it so much and I've fallen in love with the sport. And that's really what drives me is just how much I enjoy just sitting there, me and the ball. It's there's nothing like it. There's nothing like I can't really describe it. It's just so much of a love for the sport.
I want to talk about adversity because every athlete, no matter how long they've been playing, going to deal with something, whether it be a mental block or an injury or something's going to happen in their career that is a little bit of an obstacle. What do you think is your biggest form of adversity that you've faced, and then tell us how you got through it?
I think probably my biggest form of adversity would have to be probably last year and kind of how this year is going because last year our record wasn't great. We had only won 3 regular season games and it was a very very slow start. I mean, we were just losing games, tying games, losing. That was all that was happening. But we kept pushing through and we kept working and eventually we did pull through at the end. We progressed, we got better and we got 3 wins at the end of the season. And it did take us a while to get there, but we made it through. And this season so far, it hasn't been great, but we haven't been playing bad. However, like our record isn't showing how we're playing. Our record's not great. I mean, we've only won 1 game, and I understand that's not amazing to hear. But as a team, we are progressing. We are learning more. We're moving things around. We're figuring things out, and we will start to win more games. The ball's going to start heading back in the net, and we're going to be winning more games. That's our biggest thing. Is we need to score. That's probably our biggest problem. We need to put the ball in the back of the net, and we're working through that right now. So our biggest adversity is probably right now, and we're fixing things for sure, and we'll show that on Thursday.
I mean, your schedule, is not something that is conducive to anything easy. You're playing really good teams left and right. So how much do you guys have that conversation? Like, hey guys, I know it's like the record's not great, but we're playing really good teams and we're not getting blown out. Like you said, we're not playing bad. How much does that give you guys confidence going forward that like, hey, we're going to hit our stride soon?
Obviously it's not a great feeling to be losing as much as we are, but I mean, you got to look back. We're playing difficult teams. Our first game was against Revere. They were number 2 in the state last year. That's never going to be an easy game to play. So I mean, we came out and like we played them. We played a hard game. We did what we could, and although we lost, we understood. We still played well. We did what we could, and we just kept going through with it. And now we're realizing, and now we're playing some teams that aren't as difficult as like a Revere or those higher up teams. We're starting to realize, oh, maybe we're better than we thought we were, and we're doing better than we thought we were. And we always have to keep that in the back of our mind. Yeah, we might have lost, but we lost to good teams. We're not playing like these easy teams and then we're just getting blown out. No, these are great teams we're playing, and we're losing, but we are playing great as well. And the more we play these other teams, we're going to realize as a team we are good. If we can hang with these better guys, then we're gonna be able to beat our regular season guys. And I think we're just gonna throughout the season, we're definitely gonna show that a lot more, and we are going to do a lot better than people might think.
Let's talk about you in the classroom, senior year in the school. What have been some of your favorite things to study so far in Boardman?
This year hasn't been too bad, senior year, so it's nothing too difficult other than I'm really enjoying my physics class right now. I have that 5th period. I'm going there next. But that's been real fun. One of our players, his uncle was the teacher, so he's a fun guy, and I'm really enjoying that class so far.
You said that this year hasn't been that bad. What has been the most difficult class that you've had in the high school career so far?
My most difficult class was probably last year. I had to take honors chemistry. I was not a chemist. I'll tell you that right now. That was a rough class. It was a really rough class.
What about like the one that I don't want to say easiest, but it comes natural to you. You know, you didn't have to dig really deep to succeed in that class.
One class, it came kind of easier. I mean, it wasn't an easy class, but I just loved it so much. I took AP Government last year. I just loved the class. I mean, everything about it I loved. So I just I enjoyed being there. So that was probably my favorite class. I mean, it wasn't necessarily easy, but I didn't do bad. So yeah, probably that class.
Are there any teachers that have really impacted your journey in the school system that you think have really stood out to you?
I've definitely had some people that like I definitely know. Okay, like this person has my back. Like Mr. Gerthong, he's the math teacher. He teaches algebra and geometry. He's a great teacher. He's a good person. We have like most of the math teachers. I mean, some of them are my football coaches. Popio, he's a great coach, good person. Mr. Basista, all good people. I mean, good people outside of school, good teachers. They have your back, and you know that if you need something, you could go to these guys.
All right, Costa. One of the things that we like to do at the end of these profiles is we like to give the player the chance to take the limelight off themselves. I want you to talk about the people in your life that support you, that are there for you, and give them some shout outs before we let you go.
My biggest supporters is probably my family. Of course, I mean, my mom, my dad, my 2 older brothers. I mean, they've always been there for me. I mean, both my brothers are in college right now. They text me after every game. How'd it go? How'd you guys do? How'd you play? You score? All this stuff. I mean, they're making sure everything's okay. My parents go to every game. My dad's the assistant coach. He's there all the time. My mom makes it to every game. And it's nice just having that support system around you because no matter what, play good or bad, you'll have them there telling you, hey, this is what you need to work on. You did good, but do this better. And it's okay that you messed up. You'll have it next time. And most of all, I got to give thanks to God. He's put me in a position like no other.
Costa, we want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your school day to come on and talk to us about your senior season. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the way and in your future endeavors. We can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
I really appreciate you having me.
That was Costa Severco from Boardman Boys Soccer. What a great conversation that was. And then a big senior class for boys soccer. If you missed that interview or, missed it and want to see it in its entirety, maybe you came in a little bit late to the show, it can be found on ysnlive.com. It can also be found on our YouTube page. And make sure to check both of those out. The website has a great write-up about Costa as well. So you want to make sure to check that out. Scroll to the bottom. You'll find the YouTube channel with his interview on it. If you're over there on YouTube, by the way, subscribe if you want to. I'm not going to force you to. Can't force you to. I can't reach to the screen and force you to subscribe. But if I could, maybe I would. If you feel so kind, subscribe to our channel. It helps us out with the algorithm. YouTube's kind of funky. It kind of tells you, hey, if you have a lot of subscribers, we're going to send your videos out to a lot of people. So subscribe, like the videos, and comment as well so YouTube knows that they're getting engaged with. And then hit the notification bell too, because if you're subscribed but not notified, you can miss a lot of the videos that we post, and we're uploading stuff on that YouTube channel literally every single day. A lot of stuff went on it today already, and we're not even at 2:00. So we're uploading that daily. Player profiles, coaches corners, highlights, all that fun stuff, all going up on our YouTube channel. So make sure you are subscribed, you're notified, you like, you comment, all that fun stuff to help us out in the YouTube algorithm. Let other people know, hey, this is pretty good content. Maybe you should watch it, and then it gets out to more people in the area. You never know, right? So help us help you by subscribing to our YouTube channel. All right, here we go. We're going to go back on the scoreboard, check out what's going on tonight across the YSN family. You went too far. If you've hit the proud sponsors, you've gone too far. You scroll to the bottom of the page here if you've never used our scoreboard before, and the dates can be found right there. All right, so today is September 26th, and here are the games going on today's slate. Orange going to be hosting Hawken. This is all volleyball, by the way, so we're starting with volleyball. Orange going to be hosting Hawken. Edgewood plays again tonight. They will host Lakeside. That's going to be their third game of the week. Jefferson will be at home against Madison. West Branch and Salem playing together. That's a rivalry matchup, this time in Salem, as the Warriors try to make it a season sweep of the Quakers. Wyndham travels to St. John. The Heralds trying to stay undefeated. Fairport Harding will go to Grand Valley. We have Harrison Central making the trip to East Liverpool. Toronto comes to Edison. Poland will go to Girard tonight. Bloomfield will be at Lordstown. Brookfield goes to LeBray tonight. Canfield goes to Howland. We have Champion going on the road against Southeast. Garrettsville Garfield will be on the road as well. They're going to Liberty. Hubbard will be traveling to Struthers tonight as Latonia goes to Valley Christian. Hoban going to be hosting Louisville. I want to remind everybody that our ace photographer, Gary Leininger, going to make the trip up to Akron today. So if you're a Hoban volleyball fan or a Louisville volleyball fan, one, stop him, thank him for what he does, because he does a lot to make sure our website stays looking pretty. We couldn't do it without the great photos that Gary Leininger takes. And then two, ask him to see the back of his shirt, because it has a QR code that leads you right to our Smug Mug. So if you take that QR code and you go there later on tonight, you'll be able to find pictures of Hoban versus Louisville volleyball there. So make sure to do that. Pymachining Valley going to be hosting Maplewood tonight. Matthews travels to Badger. Newton Falls goes to Crestview. We have Beaver. They'll be hosting. They'll be going to Oakland Catholic tonight. South Range going to be hosting going to Lakeview tonight on the road. Southern Local will be going to Lisbon. Springfield travels to Lowville. In the EOAC, United comes to town as they're going to be playing Columbiana. Warren Harding coming also to Youngstown as they'll play Boardman. Waterloo coming to Jackson Milton, a big MVAC matchup. Waterloo starting to play really well of late. Got a win over Western Reserve. Got a win on Tuesday. Vikings starting to find some things out. Could they come on the road, get an upset? We'll find out tonight. Wellsville, they'll be going to East Palestine in the EOAC. Camel at home hosting Western Reserve. Beaver Local will be on the road at Indian Creek. West Geauga comes to Perry. Conneaut will go to Geneva tonight. And last but not least, on volleyball, Mohawk travels to Rochester. When it comes to boys soccer, we have Perry going to Jefferson. Barberton will be traveling to Louisville. South Range hosting Hubbard. Badger will be hosting Ursuline. Girard going to be playing host to Poland tonight. Canfield playing host to Boardman. Fitch going to be hosting Howland. Warren Harding going to be coming to Youngstown as their soccer team. Volleyball teams at Boardman. Their soccer team's going to be at Mooney. St. Clairsville coming to Beaver Local. Lakeview goes to Niles tonight. We have Lordstown coming to Pymachining Valley. And last but not least, Beaver and Mohawk playing each other. So the only all YSN matchup we can possibly have in PA happening tonight in boys soccer. So that's fun. Girls soccer tonight, we have Jefferson at home. They're going to be hosting Berkshire. Palmatuning Valley will go to Geneva. Perry goes to Chardon tonight. Orange going to be at home. They host Chagrin Falls. Lakeside at home against Brush. Columbiana will be going to Waterloo. Springfield travels to Rootstown. LeBray will be going to Crestview. And last but not least, Champion hosting Crestwood tonight in girls soccer. Champion with a big win on Monday, trying to keep that roll going. They have not lost in a while. They tied last week, but they have a big non-loss streak going in Champion, trying to keep that going tonight against a pretty good Crestwood team. So that does it for the total scoreboard from tonight. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into what broadcast will be on tonight on ysnlive.com and who will be out there covering your teams as far as announcers go. So let's pop up the spreadsheet and see what we got going on today. Volleyball is going to be a busy night. Ty Bartel going to be in Hoban for their matchup with Louisville. Rick Daly going to be at Lisbon for their matchup with Southern. Eric Hughes goes to Lowville as Springfield comes to town. Joe Eusebio going to be in Columbiana for their matchup with United. We'll have myself at Jackson Milton as they host Waterloo. Larry Jennings going to be on the call for Edgewood and Lakeside. And then Matthew McConaughey will be at Struthers for their matchup with Hubbard. All right. Boys soccer, we have Rob Johnson going to be Louisville for their matchup with Barberton. Matt Marr will be on the call as Gerard hosts Poland. Girls soccer, we have Orange. Their school's going to be taking care of their matchup with Chagrin Falls. So that is what's going to be on the network tonight. ysnlive.com/live is where you can find it. All the action coming down to us. And we want to thank all of our announcers for doing the job that they do. We want to also thank you guys for tuning in today. That'll do it for today's episode of Running Point. ysnlive.com, brought to you by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. We'll be back tomorrow to recap all the stuff that happened tonight, all the stuff you just saw. We're going to be talking about it tomorrow, but we're also going to be talking about Week 6 in football. Very exciting Week 6. A lot of good matchups to talk about. That's coming. Plus, we'll have a football player profile for you coming up tomorrow as well, as we continue to feature the area's greatest athletes here on YSN. So that'll be coming up tomorrow. 1 to 2 on Running Point. Tune in to all the games tonight. Go out there, support your teams. It's a fun time, right? No better way to spend your night than in a gym or at a soccer field supporting these great athletes. So do that. Come back tomorrow from 1 to 2, and we'll see you all then.